All right, going over the Pro Bowl. Welcome back, you guys. We are in the Super Bowl against the Ravens and Lamar Jackson. One of the few guys I ever lose to in the Super Bowl in some of my other franchises is to a Lamar Jackson-led team, whether it's the Ravens or whether it's a fantasy franchise. But we're going to look at the Pro Bowl roster. Obviously, we don't have anybody because we're in the Super Bowl, but we can take a quick, brief look through to see who was in it. And we are just going to, if you want to see anybody in particular that's in it, you can stop the video and take a look. But the typical guys that you would normally expect to see in the Pro Bowl are in it. Like Micah Parsons, Aaron Donald, those sorts of players. And we got some players from the Eagles like Darius Slay and, let's see, not DeAndre Swift, but we had Jalen Hurts here in the Pro Bowl as well. Got a couple of upgrades because this is the week, I believe, that they give out the yearly awards, I think. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's not because we got weekly awards. The weekly award winner is Geno and Trenton Simpson again from the NFC. Makes sense in the NFC Championship. We had two fantastic performances from them. We are going to upgrade some players, but before we do that, let's just advance to the Super Bowl. And in the Super Bowl, let's see if the Ravens have any injuries at this point too. But now we see the yearly awards coming up. So the yearly awards, we already saw who, basically was a front runner. Those are people that won the awards this season. So if you want to look at that, look at our previous episodes to see who won the yearly awards. Mainly it's wide receiver and offensive player of the year going to DK Metcalf. So we're going to go through Super Bowl Media Day, the weekly strategy, and then we're going to go through the upgrades, and then we're going to get into our Super Bowl game. So every coach's dream is to hoist the Lombardi. I'm going to say this is just the beginning. The reason being this is just our second season, and we are already playing in the Super Bowl against the Ravens. This is definitely outkicking our coverage in terms of expectations. We did not expect to be here this early after not even making the playoffs last season. Going from that to being the wild card to being the host for the NFC Championship game was, again, totally unexpected given how this season has played out up to this point. But with that being said, we're going to go through our training, and let's see if there are any injuries in this game. And let's see. Let's go to injury report. Do we have any injuries ourselves? No. Let's look at the Ravens. The Ravens don't have any injuries either, so both squads are totally healthy for the Super Bowl. And let's go to our upgrades now. And we've got a lot of upgrades. I'm surprised that DK didn't get another upgrade after winning Offensive Player of the Year. But Tariq gets an upgrade. We're going to boost his man. His man is now at least probably about the same as his zone. So he's got +3 man coverage. His man is now up to 80, 83, 85 with the boost. And he's up to Superstar Dev. Again, that's fantastic to see. Christian Patterson, he gets an upgrade. We're going to upgrade his, I'm going to say pass coverage. That's what we want to really focus on mostly as our middle linebacker. And he gets an ability slot and zone coverage. So he has gone up from Star Dev to Superstar Dev. That's a huge, significant change there. So we're going to go for him. We're going to say we want to work on Reach Elite. And we can do Run Stopper as well. They don't need to spend a point on shed attempts during a run play. We're gonna take off Run Stopper, and we're gonna actually put on Strip Specialist. I like to have my guys making a lot of tackles have Strip Specialist on, usually because that's one of the few ways I can actually force fumbles. Ricky Buckley, we're gonna upgrade him as a pass protector. Has been a fantastic center for us as a rookie this year. Has been playing so well out of UW. And he's up to an 80 overall with boost. Jason Myers, he's an upgrade. He did get best kicker. We're going to upgrade his power. And he is up to a 78, 79 is what he's playing up to. Kick power is now up to a 94. Doesn't really have crazy kick power. I thought he'd have higher kick power than that. Matt Landers gets an upgrade. Probably haven't heard his name very often. He hardly plays. He's a depth wide receiver. But, he's been added to our receiver group and has had a non-zero impact ever since we moved off of Tyler Lockett, just being on the roster. So with that being said, we've done our upgrades. We've gone through our weekly strategy. We see that the Ravens have no injuries. It is time to play our Super Bowl against the Ravens. We're playing in Dallas at AT&T Stadium. And it's pretty typical for teams in the Super Bowl to wear their regular jerseys. But we went a little bit different this time because the Seahawks may actually be changing their regular jerseys pretty soon here to something that looks more like the classics. And so we're pulling out the classics for this game. We're in the retros from the Steve Largent era. Okay, we're coming out in 3-4 in a cover 1 QB spy. I'm not seeing the spy actually activating, so we're going to send Julian Love on the spy instead. And it's out of pistol. Ooh, J.K. Dobbins brought down quickly by Devin Bush. And I can't wait to see Derrick Henry playing for the Ravens. It's going to be so cool. J.K. Dobbins has been unfortunate that they drafted him, and he's just been so injured these last couple of years. But Derrick Henry is going to be... It's just going to be cool to see Derrick Henry line up next to Lamar Jackson. J.K. Dobbins forces Devin Bush to miss. Finally, Devin Bush comes back into the play, gets the stop. And last week versus the Eagles, we actually did pretty well against the run up until the end. And so we'll see this week if we can contain J.K. Dobbins, and more importantly, if we can contain Lamar Jackson. On the deep end, beats the cover 3, and we kind of ran away with Julian Love. We can't get back in time. Rashad Bateman taking it all the way for the touchdown. Kills the cover 3 on that 15-yard in route. There's been a hectic couple of playoff games. Makes sense that we would start the game down 7-0. Every other game has been a nail-biter. Ken Walker picks up 3. Run play action on 2nd and 7 out of I form. See what they look like they're doing. They're dropping back into coverage. They weren't fooled. And just trying to extend the play out. Try to get it to Noah Fant. We can't. Rashad Nichols gets injured for the Ravens. 3rd and 7. Can't let the drive stall this early. Let's run stick. And already the crowd's having an effect, but beating the zone immediately. Great find by Geno Smith and Deion Gooden for the first down pickup. Gooden has had the biggest impact of any player this postseason, and the only reason why is because of his game-winning walk-off TD in the wild card against the Niners, and that could be the reason why we could make the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. And DK Metcalf on a go route didn't even have separation, but somehow still was able to find himself open against Nelson and Marcus Williams, taking it all the way for the touchdown, and we tie it back up 7-7. All right, coming out in nickel, we're just trying to give Lamar Jackson different looks at pressure. And again, that's one thing that he has been a narrative that he struggled against in his career. J.K. Dobbins brought down by Christian Patterson, the new superstar development player on our team. So happy that he, after winning Defensive Rookie of the Year, gets that superstar dev upgrade. And again, a piece of this defense that is going to be here for a long time. And the curl route can't connect with J.K. Dobbins, Lamar Jackson. Lamar only has 1 completion so far, and it's for a 50-yard touchdown. 3rd and 6. Going to play man coverage, which is not a great idea given that Lamar could escape and scramble out. We're going to hope we can get some pressure quickly. Christian Patterson knocks it away, and they got a punt. All right, you know what we see already. You see DK Metcalf getting pressed on the outside. The safety's not really helping. We're just sending it, and DK is going to beat his man. And DK just has one man to beat. It's Marcus Williams. Marcus Williams doesn't have the speed, and he is going to take it all the way. Another touchdown for DK Metcalf. And we are abusing the Ravens secondary with just DK Metcalf. Every single play, he has been huge for us so far. And again, I mean, I don't know what to do. If they're playing press, we're just sending DK. We're sending him on a go, and we're just taking it. They just can't be pressing like that. Lamar Jackson runs on the outside. A quick tackle made. Was that Draymond Jones on the tackle? I'm not sure, but it looks like Lamar just may have tripped up. They lost 7 yards, and things are going really well for us so far. Playing cover 1, Christian Patterson playing over the middle. Oh, gets intercepted. Tariq with the interception. A good block on Rashad Bateman by Devin Witherspoon, and Tariq takes it for the pick 6. A 21-7 lead, and it's coming up all Seahawks. And the Ravens are falling apart in the first quarter. It's far from over since we're only in the first, but, I mean, basically a perfect start so far. Okay, we're continuing to bring blitzes because that seems to be rattling Lamar, so we're just going to keep doing it. It doesn't matter if we're bringing a man blitz or a zone blitz. Oh, Christian Patterson couldn't jump that route. Mark Andrews carries defenders on his back for the first down pickup. But now we got the 2-touchdown lead after getting that pick 6. DK Metcalf with 2 of them and Tariq with 1 of them. 2 6'4" freaks. 1st and 10. J.K. Dobbins breaks the tackle from Tariq, but gets brought down finally by Chandler Jones, who doesn't see much PT for us. But we got the veterans in a little bit here for the Super Bowl. They usually step up in the Super Bowls like this. That's when they make their biggest plays. You know, you save them for the entire season just to get them into the playoffs. And, ooh, Derek Hall in coverage on that play. Didn't have the speed to make up on that 10-yard in route by Zay Flowers. That's probably their biggest mismatch they have on their team is Zay Flowers. It could be Mark Andrews, too, I suppose. 1st and 10. And it's going to be, oh, Lamar's keeping it. Christian Patterson trying to force the fumble. Can't do it. Lamar picks up 6. Still playing cover 3 out of base 3-4. And we're going to mostly chill on 3-4 until they show us that they can beat us in a regular shotgun offense, which is what they have kind of evolved into in real life. But in the game, they're still very much running an old school pistol offense. 1st and 10, completion to Hale on the play. 1:20 left in this first quarter of the Super Bowl already. And we'll see what they do here. Out of cover 3, playing underneath. Christian Patterson playing great coverage again. That pass coverage upgrade has been, seems like it's had a good impact on him already. Because typically, he wasn't the greatest pass coverage linebacker, even though he has a number of picks. Oh, on the 10-yard in again, and Zay Flowers breaks the tackle, gets just thrown down WWE style by Christian Patterson at the 1-yard line. We're bringing out a goal line look. They're in I form. I expect kind of a QB sneak from Lamar. Let's see. Instead, it's a toss out to the right side, and Derek Hall makes the tackle, but J.K. Dobbins rolls into the end zone. And so it's going to be a 1-score game. And we knew that the Ravens weren't going to just go away in the first quarter. All right, we're going to let this be the last play of the first quarter, so we're going to run it and let it go into the second quarter. DK Metcalf not getting pressed that time. Maybe they're realizing that pressing DK is not a great idea. Ken Walker takes it for a big gain up to the 45. Okay, we're in the gun. Got a couple of slants. Looking at Noah Fant on the flat route. And we got Ken Walker underneath, holding on for 4 yards. Gino 4 for 5. 2 touchdowns, 160 yards. All of it to DK Metcalf, understandably. And again, we're going to test them. I only see Marcus Williams playing high. I'm throwing it to DK here unless he is triple covered. And he might be. Running up to Noah Fant. And crazy throw by Geno Smith. Rolling out to his right. Throwing it 30 yards downfield. Something that would have gotten him a pick at the beginning of the season. He was not able to make these kinds of throws. And something has just taken over him where he is just playing so much better. JSN on the slant. Can't connect with Geno. And a bad ball from Geno. JSN did beat his man. It was zone coverage, but it was essentially a matchup. Noah Fant's got a 10-yard in, and instead we're looking underneath. DK. Don't usually see him catching throws underneath. Anything that's less than 30 yards for the most part. But he catches the drag. His 3rd catch, now up to 160 receiving yards. We're going to run this one. Straight up. And, oh my God. Roquan immediately found the gap. Forced a loss of yards, and we will take the field goal. All right, 10-point game. Again, we're staying in this base 3-4. We're watching the QB option. We're trying to force it to J.K. Dobbins. And J.K. is going to take it up the middle. Julian Love coming in for the tackle, it looks like. And if they're going to feed it to J.K., it is what it is. We're going to let J.K. Dobbins beat us, essentially. We just can't be having Lamar Jackson using his legs to beat us. Play action. We're coming in. Oh my God. We missed the assignment completely. Derek Hall makes a tackle on Mark Andrews. We must have flipped coverage on that play. Originally, that was a blitzer, but it turned out he was actually in coverage. We got very lucky. That wasn't a completely blown up play, and the Ravens didn't score a TD off of it. Playing cover 6. Got Derek Hall in coverage, which I don't usually like to do. Over the middle. Oh, Devin Bush couldn't play deep enough. Mark Andrews down at the 6-yard line, and the Ravens offense is picking up. They're starting to figure things out. Lamar is now 8 for 11. And we're sending a man blitz. We're actually going to put Simpson in a... Ooh, yeah. Put him in a curl. And, Julian Love had the chance to undercut that route, potentially get a pick 6. Rashad Bateman, though, his 2nd touchdown of the game. All right, here we go. 4 minutes left in the first half. It's been a back-and-forth game. Not literally. We've had the lead most of the time, but they have made it a game again. DK might have gotten a hold on that play. And so Kenneth Walker's going to go down after a big gain, and it's going to be a hold that's going to take us back 10, and that's going to hurt the drive. I mentioned this earlier in the season, but, drives where a hold occurs or where a sack happens, those drives, I think it was like 80% of the time, they result in no points. Let's see. Noah Fant wide open. Tight end attack is just so good. Noah Fant. It's hit hard, but down at the 50-yard line. 7 for 9 for Geno. Okay, we're on stick. Looking at DK. DK gets open. Holds on to it for the first down. Now Geno is 8 for 10 for 240. DK 4 for 170. DK's got press. He's got press. That's what we want to see. DK beats his man in the oh my god, that could have been picked. Nelson on the play, playing good defense. All right, 2nd and 10. We got a heavy box. Running up the middle with Kenneth Walker. Picks up a few. The way I'm thinking about this, we're going to run an RPO. If it's there for the pass, we're going to take it. If it's not, we will run it. And if we get a lot of yards, we will go for it on 4th if we don't convert. JSN gets the first down. Doesn't even matter. First down pickup out at the 17-yard line. Plenty of time. Almost too much time left over, to be honest. The Ravens getting the ball back. We'll take this down to the 2-minute warning. We're not going to run a play. All right, we're running play action. 1st and 10. Looking for JSN, and we take the sack instead. Rolling out to our left. Didn't have the coverage. Deron Payne with a sack. 2nd and 17. Running mesh. People love running mesh. And give it a try. Ken Walker. See if we can actually utilize his newfound receiving ability. Beats Roquan Smith. The back of the end zone. Oh, but the safety came over and was able to knock it away at the last second. Geno thought he had Kenneth Walker with a touchdown. Great job by the Ravens safety. Playing over the middle. Lurking on that. DK Metcalf. RPO. And can't get enough to get a first down pickup. We'll take the field goal, and that'll give us an extension of our 1-possession lead. Almost enough. It's enough where if it comes down to it, they would have to score a touchdown to win. But we're only at halftime, obviously. All right, we're coming out in dime. This was pretty successful against Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. We'll see if it has success against the Ravens. I don't feel like that would make as much sense against them because they are more of a power running team. And specifically, like J.K. Dobbins is kind of a finesse runner. A little bit. He's kind of just like a balanced running back. But it worked like against DeAndre Swift because they had so many outside run concepts against the Eagles. Watching over the middle. Oh, had a chance to get the interception. Kobe Bryant, excellent coverage. Done a great job in spot minutes coming in and playing some important nickel possessions. Especially when Devin Witherspoon was still out with injury. Trenton Simpson playing cover 3 here. Watching the cover 3 beater, J.K. Dobbins. It's hit hard. 3rd and 3, 40 seconds left. We're bringing a man blitz. Oh, we forced the incompletion. Zay Flowers couldn't hold on to it. It's going to be 4th and 3 from the 50. And they're punting it. They're not going to go for it. Okay. Probably just going to take this to half as is. Watching for the fake. And it's not a fake. They're just straight up punting it. And they're going to kick us out at the 30-yard line. All right, we got another field goal before half, starting with a 9-point lead and the ball. We have 350 yards of offense. So far, everything has gone about as well as it possibly could go. And DK refuses to drop a pass. Playing out of his mind. Wants that Super Bowl MVP. 1 Offensive Player of the Year. 1 Best Wide Receiver. Just wants to win Super Bowl MVP now. That's the last thing on the checklist. And he beat his man again. Oh, it was underthrown, though. I was just thrown a little bit late by Geno to hook up with DK. We're going to run a motion power to the left here with Kenneth Walker. Sending Manhurts over, our best blocker at tight end. And we got enough for the first, but there is going to be a flag. I'm hoping it's for face mask. And it's going to be holding. Okay, so it's going to be 3rd and 10. Got to try to convert this again. Again, we love running our 3 tight end sets. There's been a lot of success for us this season. And looking for Noah Fant. Can he hold on to it? He does. Matched up with a defensive end, I believe. Abuses him in coverage. One of the best receiving tight ends in the NFL. One of the best vertical threat tight ends in the NFL. That's what we've molded him into. Kenneth Walker. Oh my God, gets hit hard by Roquan, but holds on to it. 2nd and 5. And we're already off to a great start in this half. And it feels like nothing we can do. It feels like we can do no wrong on offense, essentially. Oh, I just said that, but I almost threw a pick. Oh, Dan Arnold almost just mossed somebody. Almost mossed Marcus Williams. Yeah, maybe we can do a little bit of wrong when we're targeting Dan Arnold. Maybe it's just we can't do any wrong when we're targeting DK Metcalf, the best wide receiver in the NFL. All right, we're sending Cedric Beckham over. And we're looking for DK. Throwing it underneath instead. Manhurts can't hold on to it. Roquan breaks it up. 4th and 5 from the 50. And we will end up punting this away. Might have gotten a little too cute throwing it to Dan Arnold. Almost threw that pick. Instead of scoring, getting points on that first drive of the half, the Ravens now have the ball. We're sending a zone blitz. Again, sending pressure has worked. And oh my god, Devin Bush is just too tiny. Mark Andrews catches it over him. Setting pressure against Lamar has been working, though. We're getting him flustered. He's making weird throws that are not typical for him. And, yeah, I mean, that one turnover he already has is bad enough. J.K. Dobbins picks up 3 on the first carry. 2nd and 7. Come out in cover 3. And, again, I think Lamar will probably do his most damage when we're just playing straight-up zone. Or maybe not. Mark Andrews drops it. Tyler Smith is injured. 3rd and 7. We could get a stop already. That would be huge. We mostly got to worry about Rashad Bateman. We're stuck on Kenny Porter. And Lamar is escaping, and that was what we didn't want to have happen. Devin Witherspoon can't tackle him. I don't know what Devin Witherspoon was doing. Lamar Jackson with the first down pickup, and that's the first time he's really escaped outside the pocket and made us pay. And we're going to have to pay more attention to that. Or I don't know. I don't know why he hasn't been running as much. I mean, he just hasn't been looking to do it as much. And J.K. Dobbins, we talked about at the beginning of the game, injured already. Gets hit hard on the play and goes down with the injury. Holding looks like his elbow or his knee. I don't know. Could have been anything. Playing cover 1. We're watching the QB keeper. Instead is a sweep for a gain of no yards. And I feel like this is, again, just a massive waste of Lamar's talents here. They should be using Lamar in different ways than basically they're using him right now. Watching underneath. We're on it. We get the pick. Trenton Simpson. Another interception in the postseason. And Trenton Simpson, Lamar is not going to catch him. Simpson is going to take it for the pick 6. And likely, that might be enough to win the Super Bowl. We'll see. I don't want to call it right now. But that was a big mistake. That was a huge mistake. Lamar just got too comfortable throwing it to his check down. And Trenton Simpson made him pay with the pick 6. 1st and 10 now. Sending a blitz. Oh, Julian Love couldn't get through. But Lamar gets sacked by Christian Patterson. And this young team, I guess you can't really call us young. We got a lot of veterans on the team, too, that don't get a lot of PT. But this team of misfits or underdogs, whatever you want to call them, might just win the Super Bowl in a year where we should not be winning it. Almost everyone would agree we should not be winning the Super Bowl this year. And Marquise Blair looks like he just punched somebody. 3rd and 16. They got to convert here. We got everybody pressed right now, which I don't know if I actually like. We know that it's going to... Ooh, Lamar's running outside. Mark Andrews gains only 4. 4th and 12 from the 23. All right, it's time to run the ball. Just give Kenneth Walker some carries. Psych. Play action. JSN wide open, uncovered, no safety in sight. And JSN down to the 28-yard line. Geno 15 for 22 for 380 passing yards. And this offense is seemingly unstoppable. This Ravens defense was not prepared. We don't even need to run the ball, but we probably should. Kenneth Walker throws a man down, picks up 3. And we're going to continue to actually try to run the ball a little bit more here to burn some clock. We're up to 370 total yards. Or 370 passing yards, 430 total yards. Kenneth Walker with the first down pickup. And down and out at the 10-yard line. 7 carries for 50 yards now. And we can smell the Lombardi Trophy from here. It smells terrible. 1st and goal. Watching on the drag. JSN gets open, breaks the tackle down at the 4. And that's the thing about having a QB like Geno, where like if he is just allowed to manage the game and your superstars show up, you can really develop a roster full of a lot of talent. Dan Arnold, for some reason, wide open. And this Ravens team might have just given up. It is a blowout in the Super Bowl, 45-21. And this offense has done a 180 this season. I don't know how many times I got to say it, but no one expected a Geno Smith-led offense to be this productive. Lamar Jackson brought down quickly by Christian Patterson, the rookie. But I think the key thing here is, what's the difference between last year and this year? The difference really is that DK has had an even better season, and the rookies stepped in and basically became starters. Oh my God. Who is that? Oh, that's Keaton Mitchell. Well, one breakaway touchdown to end the third quarter is going to make it 28-45. The rookies stepped in and basically became starters day one. I mean, Christian Patterson is, he's our star middle linebacker. And Devin Bush is the second middle linebacker who's pretty solid too. But, Kenya Porter has stepped in and become an instant starter this year. And Derek Hall has had an outstanding second season. And Deion Gooden has also played really well as a slot wide receiver. Rashad O'Neal. And Toby Nowak gets injured. That's probably the one guy that has not played well for us, but it doesn't even matter. Our first round top pick, Toby Nowak, has seen limited to no PT. He's only been playing... Oh, whoa. Why was that so inaccurate? Limited to no PT for Toby Nowak. He comes in on special teams and gets injured. I mean, that's basically the story of what his career is probably going to be. He might even just cut him after the season. I don't know. We'll see. And Kenneth Walker gets good blocks from DK. A block coming in from JSN. Kenneth Walker down at the 44, and we can smell it. 7 minutes and 45 seconds. Torn labrum from Toby Nowak. Jesus Christ. But my voice is starting to go, so I'm happy that we're at the end of this run here. And I think, I don't know. I don't know where we go from here. Let me know what you guys think about this season, especially with this playoff streak. I got to hear what you guys think. Those of you that have been plugged into the series so far. I mean, if you guys have been watching, in the second season so far, I don't think any of you expected this to be the outcome. For us to come and get a blowout victory in the Super Bowl over the Ravens. It's not over yet, though. Oh, my God. That almost got picked up in return for a touchdown. 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7. We're going to give an opportunity to Deion Gooden. Although this looks like it's man coverage. Let's see. And zone. Gooden's got some good lead blocks. DK trying to come in and get another block. Gooden down at the 27. And Geno. Geno might get Super Bowl MVP. I mean, he's got 400 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Pretty good completion percentage. DK's getting pressed. We could send him on a go. There's no need to kill him anymore. Deion Gooden on the flat. Picks up 5. Could run it here, or we could keep throwing, because the throwing just works every time. Marlon Humphrey's got Deion Gooden one-on-one. Deion Gooden almost made a play on the ball. Marlon Humphrey, though, fantastic corner. 3rd and 5. And on 3rd and 5, we got Fant guarded by Roquan, it looks like. We're going to look for Kenneth Walker. Oh, actually, it was the other way around. We couldn't get it off to JSN in time. Roquan was actually on Kenneth Walker, who I was looking to get the ball to on the rollout. Instead, we're going to take the field goal. All right, that's it. We just move forward. And we win the Super Bowl 48-36, a high-scoring game. But it was really not in doubt ever since, the second quarter when we took a massive lead. We just kept scoring. The Ravens started to score as well again, but we just put too many points on the board, man. Put up 48. You're probably not going to lose unless you're like the Bills. But yeah, I mean, Geno Smith, now a Super Bowl winning quarterback. I mean, what can you say? Like, can you really not have him play QB next year? I mean, this was totally unexpected. We thought we were going to go in a completely different direction this season. We thought we were going to be starting Shane Kirkland the rest of the season and Sheldon Daniels, but we got sick and tired of the interceptions from Sheldon Daniels and Shane Kirkland in their limited, 2 or 3 game run. And we bring Geno back, and he has an absolutely historic 180 performance. 18 touchdowns to 3 interceptions most of the remainder of the season. Finishes with 32 touchdowns to 14 picks after starting with 9 touchdowns to 10 picks. And so the dude he turned it on. DK had a one-of-one type of season. I'm not even sure. Did DK break the record for receiving yards? I didn't see. I know he had 2,000. Is that the record? I don't think it is. Let's double check and look. But let's look at the stats for the game first, for the Super Bowl. We're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. Geno Smith, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Nearly perfect performance. Lamar really struggled. 3 TDs to 2 picks. One of them being a pick 6. Ken Walker, 108 rushing yards. J.K. Dobbins ended up getting injured in this game. Elijah Mitchell. I was thinking it was Keaton Mitchell, but Elijah Mitchell with the 1 carry for 75 yards for the TD. DK Metcalf, 7 catches, 190 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then Rashad Bateman had 2 himself Noah Fant with 4 catches for 80. JSN 3 for 60. Gooden 4 for 60. And then defensively, leading the way, Christian Patterson with the most tackles, also with the only sack of the game. 2 interceptions, one being the pick 6 for Trenton Simpson, and Tariq Woolen also getting a pick as well. All right, after the game, we should have some upgrades. We got one for Christian Patterson, and we're going to boost his pass coverage. Actually, we're going to boost his field general this time. This is going to get him up to an 81 overall. His block shed is going to go up. His man is going to go up +3. Okay, I like to see that. His man is going to be up to... I'm not seeing it right now. His man is... It's down here, isn't it? Yeah, his man's at 55 now. So it was a 52. That was really bad. His zone is now pretty solid at 73. And we walk away from Super Bowl 59 winning the whole thing. One injury again. This is going to be the torn labrum from Toby Nowak, who most likely might just get cut from the team. We'll see. But in the next episode, we will cover the offseason. But for now, we are just going to be happy that we won the Super Bowl against a 13-4 Baltimore Ravens team that, on paper, was better than our team. But, I mean, this team just refused to lose. I mean, there's so many times, if you look back at this playoff run, where we should have lost. I mean, the main one being in the wild card, we should have lost. But we got a walk-off touchdown with Deion Gooden to win by 1. But I hope you guys enjoyed. This is probably truly the craziest set of playoff games I've ever played. And so I hope you guys enjoyed. I said that twice. I don't know why this is taking so long to finish this. But I'll see you guys in the next episode. Again, let me know what you thought of season number 2 for our franchise. As we move forward, I'm going to try to get more episodes in. Or more games in for each episode. Okay, I'm super tired. All right, let's go. I'll see you in the next one. Also, one more quick little footnote. The Super Bowl MVP was actually Trenton Simpson. I thought it might be Geno, who had 400 passing yards, or it might be DK, who had 200 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns, but they gave it to Trenton Simpson for his pick 6. So that's that, I guess.